again, it's the work in practice. It's all the extra hours and everything he's doing to deserve it. But I trust him. He's where he needs to be. He's catching the ball in tough locations, and I think it's only going to keep going up for him. The sky's the limit. He's a hell of a player. He's a hell of a kid, and he's working hard right now.
Yes. Jameson Williams. Thank you. Jared Goff, Ben Johnson. Thank you. Or at least just getting this man involved. That's all I ask, Sam. We had this conversation. You even agree with me. Just get the man targets. We don't know how good he is if you don't give him the football. And, boy, did they get him the football. They did. And at halftime, he was second on the team in targets. They were targeting him early, which I appreciated. I did. Because early on, they're letting the defense know, hey, number 9's a problem. We're going to get him the football. There was the play where he was wide open. Him and Jared didn't connect, but you saw it. His job is to get open. He did that. So for J-Mo, I think that was a much-needed game. Now, he didn't have 100 yards, Sam, but it was effective. It was effective. Every time he touched the ball, something happened. He made a guy miss. I know you like that. I know you thoroughly enjoyed that.
It was beautiful.
Shook him out of his cleats.
Yeah.
Put him on his ass. So I appreciated that. But Jameson Williams, man, this is a guy, and hopefully, man, it could be the start of consistently getting J-Mo involved, not just getting him 6 targets and then the next game he gets no targets or he gets 1 target. He has to be a part of the game plan every single week because for the first time in his NFL career, he's gotten a handful of targets. What do you have? 7 targets, had 4 catches. Most catches he's ever had in a game, but also the most targets he's ever had in a game.
Yeah.
Hell of a day from Jameson. I'm proud. It's the start of he's turning the corner in my eyes. You see it. He looks more comfortable. I love it. And I know you love it too.
I do.
Look at you smiling. I know you enjoyed that.
Of course. That's the thing. And I've done this before, and I know a lot of you don't just kind of focus on when I'm negative about Jameson Williams, which has been often for the record, You
called him Turpin.
I did call him Cavante Turpin.
Cavante Turpin. But continue.
All right. When Jameson Williams plays well and the Lions win, I have nothing bad to say about him. I mean, what am I going to say? Pretty much all of his catches made impact. I know at least a few of them made first downs, and that one where he shook that defender out of his shoes where he had about this much of sideline room was absolutely spectacular. And if Jameson Williams can get more involved like he was in this week, I mean, you kind of already see it to some extent. It elevates the ceiling of this offense. The offense had probably their best performance of the year so far, and they got J-Mo involved with also the running game, Amon-Ra and Sam Laporta. But if J-Mo can get to where we think that he can go, where a lot of you think that he can go, the weapons list of Amon-Ra, J-Mo, Sam Laporta, the running backs, who's going to want to stop that? So that's why it's so good for Jameson Williams to get more involved and make an impact, because it elevates the ceiling of this team and this offense. I would say a pretty good amount if he can get involved, even like he did yesterday. I got nothing to say about Jameson Williams. I have, again, for the 3rd or 4th time, I have earned the right to, there's a lot of people here, so I won't cuss, to just kind of, with any J-Mo criticism. It's victory day.
Yeah, it's victory day.
Yeah.
He played well. Now, people like Brandon Katz, some people just can't understand, right? You have to watch the game. And one thing, if you watch the game, you see the impact he has even if he doesn't get the football. That's something that only people that really, truly pay attention and watch the game understand. The speed he has when he's out on the field. Defenses have to account for that. Like, that's not something you could see in the stat sheet. That's something you have to watch. Defenses have to account for that. You need a safety over the top, which opens up things for Sam Laporta and Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's the nuances you have to pay attention to. So J-Mo's impact is incredible. Now, you'd like him to get catches, which he did. Yeah. 4 for 47. It's not a 100-yard game, but, man, it could be the start of something. So for J-Mo, and he had a contested catch as well. That was impressive. It's making plays in different ways. He's gaining confidence. Jared talked about that. And I think it's a great thing for the young Lions wide receivers. He's getting comfortable, and there's still, again, another player, Sam, that if he catches fire here before the playoffs, another weapon you can utilize in the playoffs with Jahmyr Gibbs and this offensive line getting back healthy. Everything's starting to click with the defense at a perfect time to me.
Yeah.
Perfect time.
Yeah, and for the record, I saw what Brandon Katz said in the chat, and I don't even think he's necessarily off base to some extent, but at the same time, this isn't the day to do it. I see some people bringing up another guy because they would rather take a false victory lap on Hutch, even though they won by 25 and gave up 17 points on defense. So you all can go F off in a hole today. I'm serious. It's victory day. This isn't the day to really slander anybody, and that's why I'm being so positive about Jameson Williams today, because he did make an impact in a game in which the Lions won and scored 42 points. I'm not saying that J-Mo was the star of the game, but when the offense plays like that and everybody contributes, and including Jameson Williams, what can you really say? Because the goal of this team is to win and win at a high level. And someday, whether it be this year, next year, the year after that, down the road, win a Super Bowl. And if they do that, it doesn't matter if who puts up the stats, who puts up the numbers, who makes the impact. All that matters is that they win. And I've had to go through that journey myself this year to kind of realize, as long as the Lions win, there is nothing that you can really, you can complain if they win and they don't play well, but in a game like this, what can I say about really anyone on this team, including Jameson Williams? What can I say?
People chiming in right now. Morning Woodward Show chat on YouTube. Get in there if you're not already. Benji, the GOAT, my guy, he says he got up there for that one pure hands catch. That was awesome to see. Let's see. Some people chiming in. Justin Station, our defense showed up. Great play calls, great plays, and our offense scored when they had the ball. Time to beat up Minnesota. All these guys, Mike Bell, another one. He says Teddy has been phenomenal for Waymo. Kind of been mentoring him as well on the sidelines there and just behind the scenes. You're absolutely correct. Gritville, amazing. Sam now accepts that targets matter and maybe JMO wasn't to blame.
Okay, that doesn't mean that JMO had no % of the blame for why he wasn't getting targets earlier. That's not what I'm saying. You guys are saying.
But could you agree that the targets did help?
Of course.
He has to get the football to make plays.
Of course.
Okay, then there we go. We could break bread on that.
Yes.
But I wouldn't say he has zero blame. I think that would be a little over the top. But you did admit that on Dispo. I will give you that. You did say get him the football.
Yes.
And look at that. He was making some plays there.
Yes.
Jordan says if you actually watch the game, you can see the impact Hutch had. If he doesn't get that sack fumble, if Hutch didn't take that double team. That's a great point by Jordan. Because I know people are going to be quick to, come at Aiden for who knows what, not getting a sack, which, okay. But guess what? He opened up some lanes there for other guys. You had Iffy with a strip sack. Bugs picked it up. He was running down the field. You had Josh Pascal get a sack. You see the impact Aiden makes. Yes. I've never, ever came on this show and told you Aiden is not making an impact at all. I've came on the show and said I'd like to see more sacks, but you can't question the impact he has. Like that it is what it is. And he does make other players better. It is on other players to get the sack. But, again, we agree. You're not going to accept 6.5 sacks, by the end of the year. I think that's just if you go, 7-8 games with 1 or 2 sacks, I think that's frustrating. And especially when you look at, and maybe he's not in this category yet, but a Montez Sweat, who just got to Chicago, a defensive line that isn't that great. He has 6 sacks since he's been in Chicago.
Yeah.
He has almost as many sacks as Aiden.
So you're doing it now. You're doing the Aiden stuff. The defense gave up 17 points and they won by 25. Come on.
I'm not okay. I don't want to. I'm just stating that. Okay, that's where the sacks thing comes in. But he is making an impact.
Okay.
Didn't mean to upset you with that one, but it is true.
Don't go
Montez
there.
has 6 sacks.
Guys, don't go there, guys. Come on now, because I have some ammo myself that I could get you guys with. But it's Victory Monday, and we should be happy. We should be. This is a joyous occasion. Come on now. I mean, the defense gave up 17 points. They had their best performance in weeks. Definitely, probably since the Raiders game. They did everything that they had to do.
And they're going to get James Houston back soon?
They're going to get James Houston back,
They got C.J. Gardner-Johnson returning to practice this week. The defense, boys, backup is coming. And that's the good thing to take away here. Brandon Katz says Sweat doesn't get doubled. Hutchinson does. I doubt that. Why wouldn't teams double Sweat? A guy who has 6 sacks since he's been in Chicago. But, hey, that's okay. Nice try, though. Some other guys chiming in here. Like this comment, I'm not going to do this to you, Sam. Carnage, Hutch, no shows again. Okay, well, no shows is aggressive.
Victor Alec Carnage can no show in the chat for all I care. This guy's a dumb. This guy's a bum.
Yeah, the no show thing is
if you guys
that's a little aggressive.
If you guys want to slander Hutch today, you guys just never wanted him in the first place. That's fine. That's fine. Go cry to with Kayvon Thibodeau pictures by your bed.
Joey 2 times says Kindle and Iffy plus CJ, GJ, Kirby, and Branch. I'm telling you, Kindle Vildor.
Played well.
Dude, he's again, another Brad Holmes guy. It seems like Brad does really well with guys that are kind of slept on, guys that are on practice squads. Kindle Vildor was squeezed right out of that Chicago Bears secondary. Just they didn't even want him.
Yeah.
And he joins the Lions. They talked about he's a versatile player, and he played well. So give credit to him. We're going to get in the defense in a little bit here, guys. Talk more about Iffy, AG, the love he deserves today because the defense, one of the better games they played, and it was against an offense that's it's not a world beater offense, but what they do best, Sam, they were not able to do that.
No.
So that's credit to AG there. John Hughes says Dorsey, Khalil Dorsey, another one.
Yeah.
Shout out to Lions Talk by Chat Sports. Mike, my guy, appreciate you for joining the show as always. You can check out his channel; does great content. Let's go to break here, and then when we get back, we'll talk about the defense because I think AG deserves some love, and we're gonna give him that love today, of course. And then at 9:30, we'll give our scores for Monday Night Football. Eagles, Seahawks, Jalen Hurts dealing with a sickness. We'll see how what percentage he's at tonight. I might have to cook up a parlay. I know Booner's in the chat, so you're going to have to help me out, Booner. Got to pay some bills here. We'll see you guys in a little bit. Thank you. It's turning into the Morning Woodward Show here on the Woodward Sports